Good evening, everybody. I think most of our tables are getting pretty well cleared. I want to say welcome to the, I believe, the 39th Chenoweth Award Dinner. We're delighted to have you all attending. Before we get going with the program, I just learned something that I think is worthy of announcing, and that is that Andrea Jimenez was recognized earlier this week and is now in the Colorado Business Hall of Fame. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Sherry Jacobson, and I'm the president of the Trinidad Los Animas County Chamber of Commerce. And welcome, and I want to say thank you to all of our corporate table sponsors: Century Savings and Loan, Mount San Rafael Hospital, First National Bank, Grego Insurance, Farragosi Farms, Laura DeBella State Farm Insurance, Phil Long Enterprise, and the City of Trinidad. Thank you. And it's also very important to recognize our sponsors and volunteers: KCRT Radio, World Journal, the Chronicle News, all of the nominators, the Chamber Board of Directors, and Chamber ambassadors and volunteers. And a very special thank you to our Chenoweth Committee, which is comprised of previous Chenoweth Award winners. I know we have quite a few here today. Would you like to stand, please, so we can recognize you and acknowledge you? All of our previous Chenoweth Award winners. Congratulations. This is quite an honor to even be nominated for that position. But then to win the award as well speaks very highly. And it is the Trinidad Los Animas County Chamber of Commerce's privilege to be able to host this event annually. We really are glad to be a part of it and to keep this tradition going. Last year's recipients was joint. It was Bob Holder and Lou Simpleman. Gentlemen, you want to stand up? They gave after a little while and helped make the presentation and read a little bit about our nominees. But before we do that, I wanted to do something that the Chamber also does at this event annually, which is to recognize some people within the community that the Chamber feels needs to have some acknowledgement. And I think the first one I'm going to do is to ask Sherry Files. She's our president of the ambassadors for the Chamber, and there is an award that she needs to make, which is for the Ambassador of the Year.
Thank you, Sherry. Thank you, Sherry, and good evening, everyone. What is a Chamber Ambassador? Ambassadors perform a wide variety of duties in the Chamber, but their main function is to help promote the Chamber, welcome new members to the Chamber, and make Chamber events successful and enjoyable for everyone. They're a special group of people who volunteer their time to help promote the business community and support Chamber functions. We have about 14 ambassadors right now, and the ambassadors, I would like you to stand up. And yeah, I think they're all over there. The ambassadors are a great group of people, and I am very excited and honored to present the Ambassador of the Year Award to someone who exemplifies all the things that I mentioned, who goes above and beyond, and who's always there for the Chamber with a smile. The 2019 Ambassador of the Year goes to Michael Garrett. Congratulations, Michael.
Well, I've got a little speech I have to make. I have a big mouth, and I have to listen to me for a little bit. I've been waiting 12 years to win this award because I won it back in 2008, and here's my picture winning it in 2008. You can notice, same shirt, same tie, same There's a story behind this plaque here that I won in 2008. It seems like within 6 months after I won the plaque, I put it on display in the Chronicle News building because I was still an active newspaper reporter for the Chronicle at the time. Because I was really proud of that plaque, and I wanted everybody to see it. I didn't want to store it away in my own house, so I had it there. And those of you who have long memories probably remember the big fire in the Chronicle News building back in 2009. And unfortunately, that big fire consumed my plaque. So I needed to replace my I really would like to share this award with everyone here tonight, because really when you think about it, you're all Trinidad ambassadors. You're all, as I said 12 years ago, you're all good people doing good things for the good of your community to try and make Trinidad a better place to live. And for those of you who have gone the extra mile to make Trinidad the very best place to live in, to work in, and to do business in. So this award is really for all of you. It's just not me. I probably got the award because some of the ambassadors who vote for this award said, well, he does show up all the time for just about everything. He shows up for all the meetings. I missed one meeting in the last 3 years, ambassador meeting, and I had a doctor's appointment in Pueblo. Sorry, I wasn't here. So I missed that one. And then I always seem to show up for all the parades because we do carry the chamber banner in the parades, and we give out all the candy to the children. So I show up for those two. And then the ambassadors have our fundraisers, and I have to show up for those two to raise some money, because we do like to give money to different organizations in the community who really need the money the most. So that's the three things that we all do. And of course all the ribbon cuttings, I don't think I missed too many of those either. So somebody must have noticed that. But I don't do what I do just to be noticed. I really do what I do because I want to give back to my community. It's been so good to me. And this, I've been here almost 20 years now. I came here in June of 2000 as a reporter for the Pueblo Chieftain. So right away, the first person I think I met was June 12th of 2000, and Linda Barron was the president then, and she was giving a welcoming speech to all the people coming into town for the Santa Fe Trail Festival. So I figured, well, I'm a new reporter for the Pueblo Chieftain. Linda Barron is somebody I really need to get to know. And sure enough, she was not only a great news source, but she has been a great friend since then. And I can say the same thing about Sherry Fowles here. I don't know how much better a friend can get than Sherry, because when I started working for the Pueblo Chieftain, I really made some good friendships in that chamber. And it didn't take long before I was on the chamber board of directors, on the farmers market board, several other boards, and I plugged into the community because that's where I got my stories. And again, it's all about writing good news for the good of this community. So I just like to thank everybody here for that. But I also want to say I'm not really infallible either. Several months ago, I'm the chamber secretary, and it seems like I was getting the minutes ready to go for the next meeting, and I misspelled our office manager, Nisha Crosland's name. I not only had misspelled her first name by adding a second C, I misspelled her last name by spelling E-N instead of O-N. Now, she didn't fire me for that, but she could have. But that's not the only thing I'm guilty of. The second thing was I showed up late, about 25 minutes late, because I had volunteered to be a greeter at one of the chamber luncheons. And I forgot all about it, and I showed up late. And the other greeter, who was the voice of Trinidad, Karen Jo Agnello, I apologized profusely to her. I says, "Oh, I'm sorry I'm late. I knew I was supposed to be a greeter here." And she says, "Well, Michael, you can get fired for that, you know." And I said, "Well, yeah, I know. You know, you're not supposed to show up late." So I went to Sherry with my problem. I says, Did KJ have the authority to fire me for that? And she says, "No, I'm the president, and if she had the authority to fire you, I would immediately rehire you." So take that, Donald J. Trump president. You can't even fire me because Sherry would rehire me. So again, I have a long list of people who inspired me to win this award tonight, and I can go down a long list, but it really starts with Linda Barron. Has anybody in this room ever said no to Linda Barron? Anybody? Has anybody ever said no to Sherry Fowles when you come around? I don't think so. And I could go on and on. You know, Nisha Crossing is my current boss, and I also volunteer over at the Colorado Welcome Center 2 shifts a week, and her husband Jeff is over there to keep me in line there too. Unfortunately, my face is usually the first face that people see when they come in from Texas and other parts of the country. So I have to really look my best, because really, if I don't look my best, Trinidad doesn't look its best. And we all have to put our best foot forward and say we are good people doing good things for the good of our community to make it the very best possible place to live. So this award is really all of yours, not mine. Thank you.
And now you know when Mike got the Ambassador of the Year award. So now I have the pleasure of, as the president of the chamber, presenting some awards. And the first one is going to be the Longevity Award. And that award is going to Mount San Rafael Hospital, who began way back in the 1880s. The Sisters of Charity, Holy Trinity Church, and Dr. Michael Brashore and Don Raphael Chacon were all instrumental in its organization, honoring the past. In 1968, the Sisters of Charity donated the hospital to a group of 15 like-minded individuals who in turn purchased the equipment from the sisters in the amount of $125,000. Since then, over the years, Mount San Rafael Hospital has been an integral part of Trinidad and Las Animas County, hence serving the present. Now Mount San Rafael Hospital is growing, building, and remodeling as they continue to serve our community, trying to leave a legacy. Kim, that was a good job. I took a lot of that from your brochure. So it's with my pleasure to give you the Longevity Award for 2019 from the Chamber of Commerce.
Pretty good looking honeys, John. You got it.
So the next award is the Philanthropy Award. Decades ago, in 1938, two young brothers embarked on a journey to share their mother's favorite recipes with all of the small town of Trinidad. Ray and Bob joined forces to create Lee's Barbecue. Soon they were sent overseas to fight in World War II, and during this time, their mother and aunt kept the business going. As the years went on, the boys, now fathers, who were tired and ready to pass the business on to the younger family prospects, Earl joined Bob's team. In 1993, Bob and Earl's opened on Robinson Avenue on Highway 12, and they were piggybacking back and forth from what is now Tequila's to the position that they're in on Robinson at Highway 12. In 2000, the permanent location is where they currently are, and in 2018, their granddaughter Amanda comes into the picture. Over a year later, they are still working together, they're still learning from each other, and it's becoming quite a good venture for both sides. In February of this year, Bob and Earl's will have hit their 27-year mark. Over the years, they've donated meals, prepared meals, and contributed to many organizations, school teams, and to our community. So Trinidad Los Animas County Chamber of Commerce wants to acknowledge and thank them for all they have done in our community.
Smile for the camera.
One more record.
There you go. You're welcome.
So lastly is the President's Award. And this year I chose to make the President's Award to Noah's Ark. Noah's Ark Animal Welfare Associates began 32 years ago. They rely on volunteers for the shelter and the thrift store. So many of us in the community drop off articles of clothing and items from our homes, which help raise funds for Noah's Ark, and they also receive other financial donations, all to provide animal control, for public safety and the humane treatment of the animals they have in their care. So with sincere gratitude and in recognition of the many animal adoptions, spay clinics, and community service that you provide to Trinidad and Los Animas County, I cannot think of a more deserving entity than Noah's Ark to receive the Trinidad Los Animas County Chamber of Commerce President's Award for the year of 2019. Getting some papers organized. I'm throwing them around. So next, what I want to do is I'm bringing up Bob Holder and Lou Simpleman. They're going to help read the bios of all 8 nominees that are nominated for the Chenoweth Award for last year, 2019. They're going to have their hands full. And please stay seated after your bio has been read. And at the very end, I'm going to have you all come up, the nominees, because we have a brick to present to you.
That's it?
That's it.
Okay. Folks, my name is Bob Holder. Thank you for letting me do this.
my pleasure.
Look, whoever wins it this year, look what's coming. Guys, I'd like to tell you about my life where I was. Our first nominee is Linda Perry. Linda has been a true heartfelt advocate of Trinidad and Los Animas County. She too gives of herself and supports many opportunities for those in our community, including our youth. Linda was the salutatorian of her high school and in the President's Leadership class at the University of Boulder. If she hadn't copied off me, she would have been valedictorian. She is the recipient of the awards from the Colorado Division of Wildlife, Rocky Mountain Elk Foundation, Raptor Education, and the Nature Conservancy. She has served and serves on several boards: Mount Carmel Wellness and Community Center, Calibre Range Community Coalition, Purgatory Valley Foundation, Space to Create. Her passion for Trinidad and Los Animas County is reflected by working in projects that benefit our community, people, and our youth, such as the Trinidad Water Festival, the Calibre Range Community Coalition Environmental Scholarship Program. 26 students have been recipients. The Bar and I Ranch Community Service Fund for nonprofit programs, the Network Council co-leader for networking. As an advocate for higher education, Linda is always participating, encouraging, and working to collaborate and develop opportunities within our community. Linda Perry.
I just want to mention one thing before I read Brian Falsetto. I knew Judge Chenoweth quite well. I think Jay, you and I are probably the only one, and Felix, we're the only ones old enough in here that can say that we know him. But the one thing Judge Chenoweth had was a passion for the state, in the community, and the citizens of Trinidad. And I could go down and list example after example of his kindness. And the thing, reading Linda's bio, mentioned the word passion, and that's what Judge Chenoweth had, and that's what every one of these nominees has, is a passion for our community. Brian, you're the first, or the second here. Brian is the owner of Security Systems Plus, serving Trinidad and surrounding communities for 20 plus years. He has provided security for many homes and businesses. He's a hardworking, honest man deserving of recognition. He also helps the college baseball team as an announcer. Brian was born and raised here in Trinidad. He graduated from Trinidad High School and Trinidad State Junior College. He went to work for the railroad and transferred to Denver with the railroad. His son wanted to come to Trinidad and live, so they did. Brian started his Security Business Plus business. He coached baseball at the high school. He announced for the Triggers when they first came to Trinidad, and he keeps busy with his family and community. Congratulations, Brian.
Next nominee is Stacey Sanchez. Stacey goes above and beyond his job to help the citizens of our community. He volunteers at his church working with kids. Even when he is off the clock, Stacey spends time out of his personal schedule to help those kids that need an adult figure in their lives. He will stop whatever he is doing to listen, give advice, buy a meal. Oh, thank you. Oh, no. Or whatever he can do to help the kids and adults of our community. Most of what Stacey does is without fanfare, far from the public eye. Stacey was born in Trinidad and has lived here all of his life. He is the Children's Ministry Director at the First Christian Church. He is a board member of the Trinidad Golf Association. Stacey instructs American Heart Association First Aid and is a CPR instructor. He is the director and manages the Trinidad Family Aquatic Center, works at the Trinidad Community Center, facilitating youth sports programs. He is passionate about our youth and helping others. Stacey Sanchez.
Noah's Ark. Noah's Ark, which stands for Noah's Ark Animal Welfare Association, or that's what it is, has been operating in Trinidad since 1988. The organization was formed to assist the city with shelter operations. The shelter is primarily sustained by volunteers, financial donations, and the operations of the Noah's Thrift Store. Noah's Ark operates in conjunction with the City of Trinidad to provide animal control in the interest of public safety and humane treatment of the animals in their care. Services are provided to the community at a minimal cost. The City of Trinidad provides the facility and an animal contract fee for services rendered. Since 1968, when Noah's Ark was founded, there have been many changes and challenges. In 1999, they received their 501c3 status. 2 years later, they were on 224 Chestnut Street, where the City of Trinidad provides the facility and animal control services, and Noah's Ark provides the humane shelter care to animals. Their mission statement says, "Our mission is to enhance the care and living condition of domestic animals," that leaves you out of the word, "within the City of Trinidad, Los Angeles County, with the emphasis on population control, disease prevention, adoption programs, support of the shelter, and education of the community on animal care issues. 20 people are a part of the board working toward a goal of creating a new shelter." There was another location for Noah's Ark generously donated by the Sawaya family, but that location wasn't suitable to the existing neighbors. The city approved the use of the city-owned land on 1921 East Main Street, the old swimming pool location, and on March 25th, 2019, there was a groundbreaking ceremony. The building is up. There's still a lot more to do before opening, but it is getting closer every day. Congratulations, Noah's Ark.
Did you notice the light went out up here? Somebody's going to have to use a flashlight for me. Marilyn, where's Marilyn at? Marilyn? Marilyn, how do you pronounce your last name?
Leuszler.
Leuszler?
Uh-huh.
I asked Sherry and she couldn't tell me. Folks, Marilyn Leuszler. Marilyn has tirelessly worked in preparing Trinidad to bring new creative opportunities and many new artists to our community. Space to Create, the Main Street Initiative, and Trinidad's Creative District Art Space are just some of the ways she is leading the new energy that is vibrating throughout our community. Her vision and leadership are I guess. Oh, I'm sorry. Currently the Executive Director, President of Corazon de Trinidad Creative District. She serves on many boards. Space to Create, Arts for Colorado, Dana Crawford, Fox West Theater Advisory, Fresh Artists, Think 360 Arts, and the A.R. Mitchell Museum. She has noteworthy accomplishments working with students in a variety of mediums. Santa Fe Indian School Project, Annual Water Festival, Brushwork Black Ink Studio, Colorado Creative Industries Japanese Brush Calligraphy. You didn't think I could say it, did you? Named to the Pueblo South High School Alumni Foundation Hall of Fame, writes grants to benefit and expand the horizon of our youth and community. She and her husband came to Trinidad 21 years ago, finding it authentic, open, and welcoming. Prides herself in strengthening the existing character of Trinidad. Trinidad is her home forever. Marilyn Leuszler.
Dear Rico, Dale has lived his whole life and served in his community in many ways, such as the president of the Trinidad Community Foundation, two-term mayor of the city of Trinidad. It's just not serving, but it's exceptional leadership in providing the service that needs to be commended. In particular, having a vision to see the value of Fisher's Peak to the citizens of Trinidad, and his political leadership in aligning critical city administration behind the project. Another highlight of Phil's service is the securing of the Space to Create project for Trinidad. This exciting project will create new opportunities for all forms of creative arts and activities and economic benefit for the whole city. Born and raised in Weston, he graduated from Primero High School in 1969 and graduated from Trinidad State in 1972. The best decision he ever made in his life was when he married Bee in 1971. They have 2 daughters. She keeps reminding him of that, by the way. 2 grandchildren and 2 great-grandchildren. He worked for Moral Supply Company, Gambles, and Trinidad Builder Supply until his retirement in 2018. He has served and serves on several boards. TSJC, Building Advisory Board, Warfano and Los Angeles County Housing Resources, Trinidad for Youth Club, Mount Carmel School Association. As mayor of Trinidad, Phil has established Trinidad Los Angeles County Forum, that's Los Angeles County Forum, established a working relationship with our county commissioners, integral in securing $10 million in CHFA tax credits for the Space to Create project, recommended to the City Council to consider acquisition of Fisher's Peak and participate in the planning process. To do so, establish a rainy day fund with a portion of the cannabis revenue, makes numerous presentations to the legislature and community organization. His slogan, committed to our community, yesterday, today, tomorrow. He is always looking for new ideas for the betterment of Trinidad and to enhance the quality for all its citizens. Thank you, Phil.
There it is. Still in the folder. No, no such luck.
Guys, the nominations were dropped and kind of are out of order. So the next one is Bob Holder. This is Dr. Joe and Andrea Jimenez. This couple has given their time, talents, and support to the entire community, inclusive of all ages. Dr. Joe has generously shared his medical knowledge with his patients and with students studying biology, chemistry, and health, as well as being a coach and mentor for various sports teams. Andrea has given her heart and soul to the children of our community through her dedication as a volunteer educator, administrator, teacher, tutor, and accountant. This couple has taken in both adults and children into their home to provide a safe environment and the opportunity to heal emotionally, mentally, and physically. They are the best of Trinidad's best. Andrea Jimenez, Mr. Mazzarotti, glad you're here tonight, is a lifelong resident of Trinidad. She went to Holy Trinity Trinidad Catholic High School. She graduated from Colorado State Fort Collins with BS in Math, Bachelor of Science, inclusive of a teaching license in 1981. Joe Jimenez was born in Denver and came to Trinidad with his family when he was 9. He too attended Holy Trinity Trinidad Catholic High School. He attended Colorado College, receiving a BA in Math, and went to medical school at the University of Colorado. He and Andrea married in 1981 and started their family. He graduated with his doctorate in 1983 and did his residency at St. Mary Corwin in hospital in Pueblo. Andrea was very involved with her children's activities. She was a cantor and bookkeeper for Holy Trinity, substitute teacher, assistant principal, math teacher, business manager for the Trinidad Catholic School System, assisted with the inauguration of the all-school reunion for the Tiger Alumni Association. Joe practiced family medicine with Charles Ray, MD, in 1986 and bought the practice from him. Dr. Joe became involved with Mount San Rafael Hospital and Trinidad State Nursing Home. Took care of his patients, many from the cradle to the grave.
Now you got the back side of this page. That one.
Bob Holder again. Okay. While at Mount San Rafael, this is a long one, congratulations.
Well, there's two of them.
Oh, sure, that's not fair. While at MSRH, he chaired numerous hospital committees. Was the physician director for what became Trinidad Ambulance District. Andrea labored behind the scenes for over 7 years until the building that now houses Mount San Rafael Hospital Clinic opened in 1998. In 2000, Dr. Joe transitioned to outpatient medicine while being available for emergency surgeries and occasionally the emergent cesarean birth. He closed his practice in 2005. He serves as a preceptor for medical students, medical residents, nurse practitioner students, physician assistant students, and nursing students. Andrea became a part of Holy Trinity Academy as business manager, teaching, school board member, coaching, and whatever other hat needed to be filled. Her dream of finding a permanent home for Holy Trinity Academy has come to fruition when they, the HTA board, acquired the former Chronicle newspaper. Congratulations. Dr. Joe currently teaches high school science at Holy Trinity Academy and continues to coach and officiate over soccer, football, and basketball, and is also active in the medical career of TSJC athletes. Together, they enjoy their 7 children, 5 great oh, sorry. Got to put some years on me. 5 grandchildren and 1 great grandson. Together, they continue to love and to give of themselves to Trinidad. Dr. Joe and Andrea.
My pleasure to read for Felix Lopez. Felix is an advocate for Trinidad and Los Angeles County. He promotes and encourages young people of our community. He's an effective leader and champion of a strong, unified county. He's working hard to combat the drug epidemic in our community. He is one of the most genuine, kind, friendly, and professional individuals we have the honor to have serving in our area. He first came to TSJC as an international student, and I'm going to add that he was met at the bus by J. Edgar Chenoweth and brought him in. After completing his education, he served TSJC in many capacities: Director of Fiscal Services, Executive Vice President, Chief Financial Officer, finally as President of Trinidad State Junior College. He was Vice President of Student Success at Pikes Peak Community College. Later, he became Chief Operations Officer at Mount Carmel Health, Wellness, and Wellness Center. Finally, elected County Commissioner of Los Angeles County District 1 in 2018. He serves and has served on many boards: Altamar Southeast Council, Southwest Workforce, Primero School District, San Luis Valley Area Health Education Center, Colorado 3rd Judicial District Nominating Committee, Court Appointed Advocate for Pikes Peak Region, Colorado Springs Teen Court, Colorado Springs Latino Chamber, Trinidad Los Angeles County Chamber of Commerce. He's been married for 36 years. He has 3 children and 2 grandchildren. Congratulations, Felix.
So that was a bio for our 8 nominees, or actually 9 when we consider husband and wife. So I'd like to have you come on up here to the front. We have a gift to give to each of you because it is such a prestigious situation just to be nominated for this position. And while they're coming up, I'd like to, I know I mentioned it at the luncheon and whatnot, but I'd like to kind of remind everybody that this Chenoweth Award is in honor of Judge Edgar Chenoweth, and it was first presented in 1979 to him. And because of his love for his community, and he was, as a legislature, when he would come back and forth between legislating and coming back to his community to work with his constituents, he never forgot what put him where he was, how he got to where he was, and who he was. And he made sure that he always gave back to his community and thought of his community first. So that's what's so important about this award tonight. It's to honor people that think that much of their community, to give above and beyond and not just do it because it's part of their job. The other thing I think is very important is that the Trinidad Los Animas County Chamber of Commerce is the facilitator for this wonderful award. The previous Chenoweth Award winners have the opportunity to participate on the board that reviews the nominations that we get. It comes into the chamber office on behalf of the Chenoweth Committee. So previous Chenoweth Award winners that have the time and are close by are welcome to come and participate on the board. They review the bios. They take a look at all of the information that has been presented on the application on behalf of each person, and that gets narrowed down. They're the ones that judge and vote on this. So that's what makes it even more special, because it's your peers that are doing this for you. So we're just honored to be the facilitator. So with that, I'd like to have Linda Perry, Brian Falsetto, or a representative for Brian, Stacey Sanchez, someone from Noah's Ark, Marilyn Leuszler, Phil Rico, Dr. Joe and Andrea Jimenez, and Felix Lopez come up here to receive your nomination gift. And I'd like to have pictures taken of us with that before the award actually gets presented to the winner of the Chenoweth Award for 2019.
Okay. So I know it's difficult to get the picture with everybody in here, so let's kind of squish in a little bit. Come on, Liz.
Oh, certainly.
Come on, let's get you down here to this. I'll come down just a minute. So can we get the excitement a little more? And then Marilyn from here and maybe turn this way. Linda? Does that help?
Perfect. One more time. Right? 1, 2, 3. 6 years old. Guys, for me. The other part.
What a great group of people.
Stay out there because now we're going to make the presentation. So, we're going to get it out of here. nobody knows.
Go ahead, Chief.
Hey, can y'all step in front of the podium?
Oh, in front of the podium.
Oh,
Let's make it official.
I want to stand in front of
All right, you two. Okay, so the 2019 Chenoweth Award is presented to Dr. Joe and Mrs. Andrea. The award actually says, and it says, the 2019 Chenoweth Award is presented to Dr. Joe and Mrs. Andrea Jimenez for your many, many generosities throughout the years within our community, caring for the people in our community, teaching, leading the way, lending a helping hand, giving a smile, a kind word, offering direction, teaching and building character in our youth. We all appreciate everything you have done. What you have given can never be returned in kind except to say thank you. I'm sorry. I'm going in for the microphone.
It's the first time I've ever seen her speechless.
You feel like you're modeling? It's on. Fight for it.
No, we count five. Someone asked us, "Oh, are you competing against each other?" So I said, "Well, Laura, are we?" And she says, "Oh no." I said, "Good, because that's a marriage gender." So thank you so much. All the other nominees, phenomenal work. This is what makes Trinidad, is just everybody, and even just helping the person next door or across the street. It's a great place to live. It was a great place to raise our children, and we continue to try to help other parents raise their children. I want to thank Bob for clarifying what BS meant. And just thank you all so much. We appreciate it. I'm just going to do a little extra commercial here, but tomorrow starts School Choice Week. And I think one of the things that Trinidad has is an excellent variety of school choices. And I encourage all of you, no matter what type of school you choose to support, please support it. Our children need you desperately in all of the school systems, and it's a joy to work with each other to help our children. So, I think I have.
I'd like also to thank you very much for this award. When they started reading all the stuff there, it's like, wait a minute, we really did do that stuff. No wonder I'm so tired. It has been my privilege and my honor to be part of this medical community since 1986 and go through a lot of changes, take care of a lot of people, endure a lot of tragedies and bring hope to a lot of people through those tragedies. You can't get through medicine without a bunch of scars. I saw my father go through that, and I saw the other physicians go through that. So what makes it the best thing in the world is because of the patient. I spend more time talking with my patients than we do talking about the medical issues because that was already taken care of. The opportunity to go into their homes to see them, to understand their frustrations, and then to work to try to help them is one of the greatest things I've ever been able to do. My father taught me a long time ago about home visits, and I've been able to continue to do some of that with my practice. The thing he told me one time, which is the best advice I had for anything with medicine, was you can only cure sometimes. You can relieve often, but you care always. And that was probably the best advice I ever got in any of this stuff. So again, thank you very much, and congratulations to all the other nominees. We have a good community, and we have the ability to make ourselves even better, and we just have to keep working at it. Thank you.
That was very well received, wasn't it? So before I forget, I also want to say thank you to Emily's Kitchen and Cafe and the Mount Carmel Catering Group. They did an awesome job with dinner, and they accommodated us by having the serving one flight down rather than trying to squeeze all of us in here with the serving. I know it wasn't easy going up and down the stairs, but thank you. It did give us a lot more room. And I also want to give a special thank you to our executive director, Nisha Crossan. Nisha has made my job as the president of the chamber much easier. I still work for Trinidad Correctional Facility full-time, so it's hard to be in 6 places at once, as a lot of us know. So Nisha has been more than our right hand, and just steps right in. All I got to do is give her some ideas or thoughts. This is what I need, and she's right on it and gets it done. You made this evening come off without a hitch. Thank you very much. So I hope I haven't forgot anybody. Please forgive me if I have. And I would like to have all of the winners back up here up front before you do leave this evening. They'd like to take a couple more pictures. And thank you all for coming and supporting such a wonderful evening and acknowledging all of the wonderful people we have here in our community. Thank you.